And then you're live. Say hi.
Hey there, tribe. Welcome back to another live streaming from the shop, the Mines of Moria. We're going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff today, as well as prepping for our Forged in Fire inspired event for Scotty Claus and Jonathan. So you see a lot of different work going on tonight. So come join us, ask questions, and I'm actually going to have a couple of choices for you guys to pick through later for a couple of blades I'm working on.
I don't need to film you eating. Give me this. I'm going to see if I log in on... Go to Facebook. All right. So now that we've got our live situation sort of worked out, that was a little bit of a kerfuffle there for a second. Say hello.
Hello, tribe. How are you today?
Brian, say hello. Say hi.
Hey, how you everybody doing? Welcome, tribe.
God,
Another Wednesday video.
I keep getting Scott eating. I know you can hardly recognize him. And we're back. And we're already starting up at 11 people.
Nice, nice. I'm trying to find some options for people to pick on. I need them to help me pick out handles for my my new KMZs, the hybrid and the fixed blade.
And where are those at right now?
Those are actually over on the car in the workshop.
All they do is eat and drink here. So, 2 blades that he's hoping that people will be able to help find handle material for. Yeah. So if you have any ideas, like any hybrids or acrylics or wood, he's going to probably give you guys a bunch of choices. But keep in mind, 10,000 choices.
Yeah, so that's why I'm giving people a couple. Because otherwise I'm just going to be like, too many choices. But I think if I have a wood option, a hybrid option, and a resin option, that should cover the bases, I think.
That's what I figured.
And then you're going to find one more. Ooh, should I put that one in there?
That one doesn't even count. This is like the most, John Muskoka Turner, if you see this, like, this is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. It is gorgeous.
That's where we have to hide it.
Yeah. Not for anybody else.
John Bryant from Muskoka Turner is doing a full-size one of those.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Okay, so I'm going to lay out the hybrids. These are the resins, and these are the woods. So I'm going to dip these in the water a minute, though.
We're at 18 people.
Awesome.
So...
Okay, so this one is what it looks like with the water.
That's really cool. This has got a kind of a steampunky sort of look to it.
Right? And check that out.
It's a honeycomb. Ooh, that's really pretty.
So this is the KMZ, named for my beautiful deadly daughter. Who gets that from her beautiful deadly mother.
And father.
Yeah. And this is the hybrid KMZ. These are both made out of 52100 high carbon ball bearing steel, essentially. And they are tempered for toughness and edge retention. So I need to figure out which of these our tribe thinks would be best.
So, if you have any, we can just leave these here for a little bit.
Yep.
If you have anything in particular, that's the white oak burl. There is a honeycomb. This is acrylic.
Yep. This is also acrylic. So this is acrylic plus anything that we consider a hybrid. So it could be wood, it could be honeycomb, it could be other things in there. We actually have one with walnuts that were stabilized. This is straight resin, and then these are stabilized woods.
And this one is tamarind. Is this tamarind as well?
That's Tasmanian blackwood. That's
Oh,
a
and that's
natural
that
color.
tamarind. Woo! I don't know how to read, guys. It's cool. So we were thinking for the show for this weekend, I want to get a picture of you and a picture of Dan, like lined up like boxers, like a profile view, so we can get a like.
Him underneath me?
Yes, preferably. just a good action shot, you know.
That's right. You want me to make it real?
Yes, please, as authentic as possible. As long as you save the blood. You gotta save the blood for the iron sword.
That's what containers are.
To containers and tarps.
All right. I had to trim up for my awards ceremony.
Liz says hi, Scott.
Hi.
Not you though, Dad. Not to you.
I caught that. Cecilia. All right. Waiting to get in there so I can grab the bamboo, and I'm going to start cutting up the bamboo for the torture testing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to bundle that together really tight, and then we're going to try and break people's blades on it.
Oh, that stuff right there.
Yep, and I'm also going to be working on the pool noodles for the sharpness test today. So.
Well, don't give away too much information.
Yep. Oh, hey, by the way, is Steve on?
I don't know. Will you wait a second and find out? But I can't get a list so far.
Okay.
So.
Because one of the things I'm excited if he is able to do is I was actually able to go back and re-etch the counterbalance and the blade for the lance for Steve to get some more contrast in it, and it turned out really well. So I wanted to show him that, and also we can show him the completed handle.
Yeah.
So next week, after things settle down with our weekend event, I'm going to be getting that all glued and screwed up, and we're going to be on the final road to finish. Super excited about that.
Well, if you're here, Scott, if you're here, Steve, you'll have to make yourself known. I know that he doesn't generally have that problem.
Yeah, he's quiet and soft spoken. Damascus. What you got on there? I think we're grab that. All right. Well, the mic is yours, sir. Oh, and you bought some headphones. Oh, those are short. I know. That's good. You can have them. All right, so that's your stuff. Once we have everything squared
Is that
away,
yours?
yeah. Just put it all Yes, go ahead.
Do I need to taste it for poison? This has poison in it, guys.
It's good poison. This is perfect. Now what you're going to want to do
Ooh,
is...
out of the way.
You go ahead and put that one in the trash for me. Move that door there.
I'm just gonna stand in the middle of the room because I feel like that's the only. I'm right here. I'm good till Dan gets here.
That's right. Okay. So now when this loads up, that's what this is for. It's a belt eraser.
You know, it is my duty and my obligation to make sure that all of the food and bourbon in this house is safe for other people. So I'm just doing my job.
You're very good at your job, daughter. All right. So.
Brian's working on a fader, the handle of a saber.
Down to the steel, right?
Yep. You see how we're kind of moving that back now?
Yep.
We're not trying to remove a lot, but we want to get down to that point. All the way around, okay?
Yep.
And then for coming in here, I would start right here like this. And just be really careful how you bump it. Because you want to take off as little metal as possible with that. And then just work your way around, okay? If you run into something, ask questions and we'll figure it out together, okay? If it starts feeling like it's not cutting, just hit it with it.
With that, yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
What are you doing today, Kaden? Ooh, what is this?
If you want, I'll check your angles and stuff when
That's
you,
so
when you're
cool.
ready. If you want to kind of come up with a proposal for the team, I would say have that just a slight lean forward. That's about it.
Is that what you're making that for?
Sure is.
That is so cool.
Yep. This will be for my mom. This is her Mother's Day present.
Oh,
She picked the handle.
that's a good son. Good son. What are you going to be doing today, Scott?
I'll try that.
That's beefy. That's a big blade.
Damascus.
I'm I think I remember this one. I think you've had it here before. Yeah, that is really cool. I love that handle too, the segment. That's really cool. Are you excited for this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, you excited to beat Dan?
to make Dan cry.
I was gonna say. Team Scotta Claus. Oh, ready. And Dad's over here in the knife shop, not doing anything to do with knives right now. Oh man, we could use these as torches for when we like pillage a village.
For the next Halloween party you may have?
Just fill it with like a bunch of cotton and yeah. Just make giant torches.
Oh boy, yeah. So we're gonna lop these in half and then bundle them together in a big bundle, zip time really tight, and then we're just gonna try hammering through them with their beautiful new blades that we're gonna try and break.
You mean test, right? Test, not break.
God, did I say break? That was. We're going to rigorously put them through their paces with the aim towards finding their quality. If the quality happens to be in 2 pieces,
Who do you have money on? You have money on Dan or you have money on Scott? Show your favoritism now.
depends on whose truck clears first.
I said I'm Team Scott, so mostly because I think it'll be fun to see Dan cry a little.
That is the mission. That's actually on our bullet point itinerary list to make the Dan cry. So. I'll just tell me he has to make a full-size double-edged sword now instead of just a 18-inch blade.
I want an accurate historical replica of a gladius.
If you could
Right
do that
now.
Excalibur, that'd be great. All right. Okay, so I love that. What I want you to do is I want you to put your mark about halfway up.
Liz says she's Team Scott.
Take your mark right up there and clean that street right on. If you overshoot it, it's not a big deal. Right? So make it right across the middle there. Yep, there we go. And what that tells you is that your riposto is going to be up here, not down on the edge. Okay? I would start at about 92.5
Hi,
degrees.
Wallace.
I've got that 93 and halfway now.
That's going to be way too much like this. You're going to have to almost have a flat or something because we're doing a full disco paper. So the lower the number, the higher the grind line is going to go.
Okay.
All right, up.
92 and a half.
92 and a half. Yeah.
So this is where I ended up on that prototype.
Is that where I should start on this one? I would say start at 92.5 and then work your way back. That way you can always put more angle on it.
See ya in a little bit, darling.
That's what I did this one. Ended up with this one because before it was a
That-
paper, and then I had to tweak it into it.
Well, the problem is because this one, this is not the same steel, and the thickness is going to be one down. give yourself
92
a bucket.
and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Are you logged in on your phone? I got you. And then you can go ahead.
8417.
In case anybody wanted to know Dad's password on his phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so we got more still showing here than we do here, but that's cool.
No, we want to take all the way down. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, you still got a little bit to go there. I can still feel gap. See, here it's going to be smooth across. Here, you got to dip it.
You see how that's got more still going?
Because what they do is they dip it the same.
Right, so that's it.
He does have, I would not be surprised if he had the most old man password ever. I like, you know, I'm not going to say it, but so for those of you who weren't here before, he's trying to figure out for this handle and this handle, one of these. So hybrid, acrylic, and then these are both wood. So. And Dad is calling this the KMZ. Which, if you know what the CMZ is, it's Chuck's meat zipper. This is mine, Kira's meat zipper.
What does Kira's mean?
Kira's meat zipper. That's what I was saying.
Kira's meat zipper, that's absolutely it.
That's what it is. It's just like yours, except
Nasty. Alright, I'm gonna run these out to the trash.
okie dokie, the bin's full. So,
Okay.
you just make a mess.
I did, I dropped it, and apparently there was a lot of dirt. Let's scoop that up in the side.
I'm just watching you.
Getting her work down.
Yeah.
That's the old, we think about the turn of the century, cavalry saber that was found. So didn't have a handle on it, so we're just gonna rehandle it and kind of.
It's a beautiful hybrid piece. I mean, it's a gorgeous handle.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really gonna turn out nice and top nice. So.
Can't wait till it's all buffed out.
Right.
Man glitter.
That kind of glitter.
So this one is going to be just Dan and Scott. And we're going to do it on Saturday from 1 to 5, and then on Sunday from 1 to 5, and then we're going to do the testing or building mostly on Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll be doing the testing. And then on Monday, well, Sunday night and then Monday I'll have all the meat that we use. I'm going to be smoking it. So yeah, it's Scotta Claus versus Danathan. And, you know, this is why I'm Team Scott, because he's here. He's putting in the work. Dan's over there running on cat time. Lord only knows what he's doing. Have you heard
I
from
don't know how those moves are.
Have you heard from Dan?
No, I just see who was here from over tonight. I talked to him earlier. I think it was yesterday. But you know, Dan, he operates on his own time.
Like I said, Dan runs on cat time.
On Forged and Fire Day, if he's late,
He loses that time. So Dan, if you're watching, you better show up on time on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have violins for him.
lunge towards it.
$9 per bundle.
What?
Tell her yes.
Yes, I did. I was telling her it's just Dan and Scott. That's why we're Team Scott, because Dan isn't here.
Pick it up to that black line this Sunday and take the other side of the black line, and then we will kind of reevaluate. What you're going to want to do, if you think about like 10 passes, right down number, do 6 in the first half of the blade, 4 to cover everything back in. What that's going to do is it's going to start working on the point more, and that's going to start to hit the table. The lower the point drops, the less engagement it gets, the less grinding. Yeah.
Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck writing. That's the other thing we got to work on. We got to get a nickname for this one. Everybody else has one. Well, Brian doesn't have one yet either, but...
Okay, what do I need?
I know, that's totally what you guys are here for. Definitely for the banner. It's gonna be fun watching the guys cringe as Dad is whack on these freaking things. I tried to get them to do metal pulls, but they found these, and so, you know, now we're doing the wood, well, bamboo ones, but whatever. It seems rude. I like the metal ones better. I don't know what's going on over here, but I feel like it's not safe. And definitely not OSHA approved.
And now we're going to keep the belt back on, since you're now learning this stuff. If you need it, the angle is going to be right here. Okay. What happens again?
Just the belt right here?
The belt is on the oven there. Yep, right. So back wheel first, then the front wheel. Up around here now. And then you're going to pull this, bring your hand up to here. Okay, and you're going to pull this down, get it set up there. Kind of pop it on a little bit. Now this one has a latch that auto tension stick. So this right here. See this little latch right here? Okay. You want to come down and release it, and now it's got tension. Okay? Sorry, Scott. Sorry. So I like to clean the belt down here. That way then instead of going into the lift circle. But you should be good to go. That's right, son. Okay. So each bundle will have 9 pieces. We're just going to crimp them up tight so they don't float around when we're hitting them. And hopefully we can do some damage to the, hopefully the blade's damage these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jordan, if you're up there, will you come down here? Probably not even listening.
There we go. Okay. There you are.
So what is the purpose of doing bamboo? Why pick bamboo or as opposed to anything else?
It's a really nice, dense, hard, tough, resilient thing to hit blades with. And generally speaking, people like to cringe when you do it, which I want to certainly have them cringe a little bit. But it's really super tough stuff, Nick. It's just a way that, one of the ways that we can tell how well we did the heat treat, the temper, the edge grind, geometry-wise, even putting on the actual edge bevel itself. You know, will it chip, will it roll, things like that. And this is just, you know, one of them. We're going to be doing a fire log chop that my beautiful daughter also picked out with evil glee.
I had to cut the tree down that this would, so trust me when I say I know how hard this wood is.
And we're going to be doing a baton to a fire log as well as just chopping the fire log. So yeah, so we'll set this up there and anchor it down.
Brian Wetterow says, Forged in Fire sometimes uses bamboo to test blades.
Yes, they do, Brian, and that's one of the reasons that I love doing it too. Is it's just it's a really good thing to play with and fun. So there's one. We'll anchor it down, and we're just going to be eating saw of it. My senior student co-instructor on martial arts class is going to be wielding some of the blades for the test. Wallace, you've probably seen him on past live streams.
Yeah, he's going to be heading over in a little bit.
Yeah.
He was on the way back from Flowerland
Gotcha.
because I turned him into a plant girl.
He's a plant girl with blades. Like you.
Like me.
So today for me is going to be a lot of kind of coaching in the shop and getting test prep done for this weekend. Kira's probably already mentioned it, but if you're around this weekend and you're bored, you want to lounge in the pool with your phone or whatever, if the weather's nice, tune into our live event. It's going to be Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 5. Round 1 is on Saturday, 1 to 5. And then we'll that gets up through the heat treat, and then we're going to be doing the temper overnight, so we do a really good proper temper on them. And then Sunday, we'll be coming back and doing final grind polish, any critiques from the judges that need to be addressed, right through the handles and putting the edges on. And then we will be going immediately into torture testing. So join us. Feel free to heckle. We'll be moderating so that we can heckle for you on your behalf. And yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's part of the reason I like being behind the camera.
Professional heckler.
Yeah, anonymous person said, Dan, why are you doing that? Or whatever. And then I get to be like, oh yeah, it was just a random person on the internet. I don't know what you're talking
Share it
about.
out with your friends too. If you're enjoying the live stream, please share it out. We love having people sign on and we'll interact with you in this fashion. Answer questions, joke, whatever. Incidentally, shameless plug, Father's Day is coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that workshops for bladesmithing might make a really good Father's Day gift.
I mean, he's making a knife for his mom, but even still. And if you don't want to come and make a knife, he does have knives for sale. Not that I'm peddling or pushing or anything.
I like it.
Are we going to unintentionally put a sledge on this one too?
That's pretty much
I'm so glad they can't hear me sometimes.
That is called reclusion.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it just depends on how deep it is.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Okay.
And I'll bet you a good bourbon that will do it. Okay. But you're definitely going to want to back that off. I can tell you already that you're going to get up to about here. So we're going to be at somewhere around flatness, so we can carry that nice grind up higher, so you get more activity out of the axis. But I can't wait to see that. That's going to be beautiful.
Do you guys should do that now, or?
I would say go up another 1/4 of an inch, and then switch and take the other side.
Okay.
And we'll see what we have there then. This is what happens when you use these to cut the ends off of the epoxy tubes. They don't like to move freely anymore. There's a silky nasty one throw out, I think. Okay, one ready to go for testing.
Well, I don't have to tell you. Brian wants to know what whiskey. It's not whiskey, it's bourbon. But what is in the glass?
Larceny. It is one of my favorite weeded bourbons from Heaven Hill Distillery, and it's kind of our house bourbon. It's got a real nice sweet finish. No, they didn't pay me for that. I just really like drinking it. But if you do see me, Heaven Hill, I'm okay with taste testing for you.
Me too. Me too.
We would happily be your butlers.
Yeah. I will gladly test for poison.
Angel's Envy is another one of our favorites. But if you ever want to get my really, really, really good side, W.O. Weller. That is my unicorn.
As long as it's not the red label.
Not the red label.
Because that one is bad. Not good.
However, that barrel strength.
Yeah, the barrel proof is really, really good.
Holy smoke. Okay. So there's the...
Ooh, go ahead. No, go ahead. This is like a... Who doesn't like to see sparks fly, right? Who doesn't like to see sparks fly?
Man glitter.
That's what I said, man glitter. It's way better than the kind of glitter that Mom likes.
It's true.
These glitters can catch you on fire. The other ones just don't go away.
So now we have it out. Right, so there's two pieces there, okay? Because you can generate less
Jordan?
But yeah, there's recognition. I like to install for production ways and things like that with my program.
So we are also
No, that line was just
going to be using these for our testing, our sharpness test. We're going to cut these up and bundle them together and see how well they cut through them and retain their edge after everything is said and done. You know, big, scary, threatening pool noodles. Oh, goodness gracious, I tripped over the chair.
Now for the noodles.
Go back up here. Let's go see how Santa Claus is doing. Nice. Are you bringing this all the way up, or?
Yeah, I got quite a bit more to go. I don't know how far off it'll go, but good distance.
Yeah.
If anything like that, great. If not, give your judgment process. Because if you process, you might not always see it.
I'm just here to creepily watch you, that's all. Don't mind me. Nice. I can't wait to see that etched. That's really cool. Yeah?
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to... So light, yeah.
So, sharpness is going to be a real factor.
Mm-hmm. No peeking. No peeking. Look away from the man behind the curtain. Ignore the man behind the curtain. You're Oz
I'm not
now.
looking.
I see you.
Brian, did I ever show you where we're at with your
Yes, you can see how my sharpness is.
Yeah, you know what?
Is that a no? We all have choices, Scott Close.
How does one look jolly and menacing at the same time? I don't. Horrifying.
It's better.
Yes, much better. That's the screenshot I'm going to use of him.
Isn't there a movie out there called Silent Night?
Nope, I'm going to back out of the shop very slowly. Yeah, I don't know if you're still here, Brian, but Dad was asking if he'd shown you how far along he had gotten with your knife.
We got the heat treat and the temper. I'm waiting on the mosaic pin guy to give me an ETA, but we're ready to start grinding and polishing the edge for you. But if you're on, I'll actually grab it and show you where it's going to be better than the pictures I might have sent already. We're trying to get these kind of
Just throw that wherever you want.
lined up.
Did you say menacing?
You need both now. Yes, Brian says, nice. Please show me. You need to secretly cut it. It's just a little bit. Oh, over here. Here we go.
Alright, so this is heat treated and tempered. I'm going to leave the Ford scale on for now so I can grind it and kind of see nice polished stuff, but we're going to etch it for you as well. Just like I showed you the blade when we did for Kira. We got your 15 millimeter skull mosaic pin going right there. We're going to have copper liners, copper pins, and then come over here, I'll show you the bar.
That's hers.
This is the bog oak,
Why?
and with the copper, that is going to look absolutely gorgeous.
That's a nice dark knife.
Yep. And then
The
you've got
dark
the
knife.
spurs. Yeah.
Like
It's not
the-
the knife we need, it's the knife we deserve. But yeah, so progress continues on that. I'm super excited for this one. So thank you for that. And I'll get you that drawing of the push dagger as well, probably the next day or two for you. He doesn't know how to bribe the judges.
He's intimidating the wrong person. Brian says, very cool, thank you.
Absolutely, sir.
I'm gonna unplug that
Yeah,
and
you
move it.
Okay, so that is going to, so we'll hang it from here, and this stuff is so light, the blade's going to have to be sharp to cut it without pushing it. One each. We have one for you and one for Danielson.
Mine?
Yeah, it's your pool noodle. I know you want to cuddle with it.
Why would he want to? I don't understand.
Peaceful.
Just serrated. Like, just a couple of little stabs.
There'll be just a thread there hanging, so when you hit it, it's just, you know.
I think you might notice that in setup.
Nah. I have ways.
Alright, Kira.
Are you gonna keep them? You're keeping them both long like that, yeah?
What's that?
Are you keeping them both long like that?
Yep. Yep, so we can get multiple cuts on them.
Yeah, for sure. Woo.
And then we'll also have
The things we do for fun.
the tin water bottle cut. Actually, I'll take that home to every dance. I'll
He's gonna.
strengthen it.
I was gonna say you're gonna put some cement in those holes or something.
The thing is, I think you would put rebar in it.
Reinforced pool noodles. How long have you been shopping for this stuff over time, Kira?
Oh man. Well, we did end up pushing it back a couple of times. So, I mean, we've been thinking about ideas to do another one since you did Jamie and Ethan.
Right.
And then, yeah, like I'd say beginning of this year, right? It's when we started doing trying to figure out everything for this.
Yeah, you're right. So we've been kind of stocking up as we find good deals. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to say this now so we're all committed to it, but eventually, Hayden and Kira are going to go head-to-head in their own Forest and Fire event. It will probably fall to me to be behind the camera heckling Kira. Outside of her range, though.
I was gonna say. I got long arms, so be careful.
So. Okay, so not gonna worry about this right now. What we're gonna do as we get closer is we're going to put some gel fill in there. The reason that's there is I think is when we plant it probably squeezed out a little bit and then settled. But that's not actually truly flat there. It's got a little bit of concrete surface. But we can absolutely fill that with gel fill. And it'll be going to be all colors there. Okay.
Get around for it.
Oh yeah. So your next step now is going to be the radius. So I'll switch out the wheel for you. You remember how we did this? On the big wheel? So we're going to have to contour them, okay?
We are working with a whole piece of steel.
Yes, we are. But I think that's the steel so I can wipe it. Right. Okay, so...
Oh, Dan is watching.
This is called a G-flat.
Dan is watching.
A G-flat.
Yeah.
What's he doing watching?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, he's not over here doing work.
This is what we're lacking.
Yep. He ain't got nothing to say for himself either.
Wait, he's not coming?
I don't know. I just saw on here it says Dan Williams is watching. Oh,
Okay,
Dan.
he's going to become one of the tests.
We were actually just talking about what kind of meat we want to use for the kill test. So,
We got some rump roast, we got some ribs, we got some giblets. Okay, so for this now, what I'm going to have you do is you do the back wheel, the front wheel, and then this one. So pull it tight. Pull this one tight.
Okay.
Yep.
Toward me.
Yep, right here. Now, tighten that one down. Half one. Yep, that's it. Feel it kick in? Okay, now, you're going to pull down on this and release this. Now let up. And now you've got the right amount of tension. That's how, one of the nice things about the Ameribrake is that you never have to worry about how much do I have to pull this down.
So this is
It's
automatic.
already got an automatic catch for it. So it's really, really nice. Okay, so now with this, remember one thing you want to do is keep an eye on the difference between this and this.
Okay.
So as I'm sitting in front of it, but I'm looking down and so that I might bump it, but I'm not going to sit there. I can see it. And then just start chasing those corners. Okay.
And rounding everything off.
Yep. Ask me if you have questions. Okay. And ask earlier rather than after. I'm gonna touch it well. And talk about the speed I do that. Start with a clean one. And go ahead and have that. Let me know if I can help. Okay. So just get one side the way you want it, and then you make the other side do as best you can to mirror image it.
okay, contouring the handle.
One of you around there, sorry.
Should I go up and down, Jeff, or stay in one motion with it?
Now, what I would do is start here and work your way back. So, if you start here and get that kind of that little taper going,
Okay.
and then you can move it back,
Okay.
See what I'm doing there?
Yeah.
So you're probably gonna cut that thickness in about half by the time you're done. But don't keep it moving though, don't leave it in one spot. And I like to be in front of it because that way I can see it doesn't get lopsided. You can kind of keep working, keeping it straight.
Okay.
You got it right there. Nice. How are we doing, Scott? Yeah, right, how you doing, man? You are getting really good at double back. At the risk of something funny, start hot.
Oh, I appreciate that.
How far are you thinking under your line?
I'm pretty much there.
Okay, then let's go ahead and turn it out a full turn and do a couple passes. And let's see where that secondary double lies. Turn it.
For the help?
Back.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do a few passes and let's see where that double lands. And I'm like, you'll see why I want you to do this in just a minute. Remember to keep the favor in the front from a distal paper perspective, but make sure you break contact occasionally so you don't have that continuous heat buildup. I see you're wearing the gloves, which that's good. Because that way when you feel the heat, you can feel it. Now take a look at it. Okay. See the secondary bevel?
Yep.
What we want is we want that secondary bevel to go all the way to the edge. I don't know if the camera can see or not. We just adjusted the angle on this kitchen knife. And I like to do that incrementally so I can kind of really customize how high the...
Here, and then there's a little line right there.
So what we're going to do now is that secondary line that we just created is going to move in two directions. It's going to move up towards the spine, and it's going to move down towards the edge. Our milestone for this will be when it hits the edge, we're going to evaluate. And then we're going to flip it and have them do the same thing. And if it works right, as soon as this secondary line hits the edge, they should be both at the same height. So that's why I wanted to do that.
Oh, there's a noodle on the ground.
You were attacked.
Loose noodles.
That's limp biscuit. That's
Yeah, limp noodles. They make drugs for limp noodles. There's some.
It's an unforgivable curse.
See this right here? This right here, Daniel. Daniel Williams.
You already know is to keep the bourbon safe, you should probably just drink it. I'm sure Brian would know.
I was actually wondering if you would take this. I would go grab one for Katie real quick. If you just wanna, I'm gonna scoop that back a little bit.
I can actually take a look at that.
No, you just hold it that way.
Yep, okay.
And I'll get back. Did you guys want anything?
Scott, are you doing okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Scott, did you need anything? Good. All right. Wait.
How's it going there, Bob? I wouldn't take any more thickness off. I would just taper the front and also taper the edges. I wouldn't take any more thickness off though, because otherwise your handle's going to be getting super thin already. So if you want me to help you, let me know and I'm happy to. Okay.
All right, so I need to take more here though on that.
I would say, yeah, but just hit the edges, like at 45. Okay.
So
Kind of like this. See that? That's just taking that edge off. Remember, we still have to palm sand it too. Okay, and that's that right. And then this side, very carefully. You want to do a minimalist approach. I'd actually get the second side looking like the first side right now. Okay, but if you look, you're starting to run into thin here, fat there.
Right.
Thin here, fat there.
Yep.
So what that tells me is that you've got a bend, so to speak. You've got like an angle that you kind of default to versus being able to keep it a little bit more flat. Yeah.
Right.
And that's just practice.
Right.
Seriously, that's just practice. If we ended up having to rehandle that, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay?
That's why I was kind of trying to be on this side where I could see a little bit better.
Yep. But really what you want to do is you don't want to go, I would say equalize everything you can here. Don't try and take a lot more off. Try and make both sides look as mirrored as they can as thick as you can right now, because right now you're going to have a very, very slimline handle when you're done.
Right, because of that right there.
Yep, exactly, because you can only go to the thinnest spot now.
Okay.
No problem. All part of the learning. How are we looking there?
Good night, good night.
Oh, dude, that's looking great. That's looking great. See what I mean about it moving?
Yeah. Yep.
And that's going to move up, and then eventually what we're going to end up having is your plunge line is going to go all the way right up into here, and it's going to taper from that point towards the point. And it will push all the weight back towards the handle. Scott, how's your angle looking? Go ahead and flip it. Okay, once you get to that thickness on the other side, let's reevaluate the edge. Looking good, sir. Yeah, you're doing great. That's looking amazing. We're definitely going to want to change that a little bit. That way you can take more advantage of the Damascus.
You and Brian have the same glass, so.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
You see that again?
If you don't get the grind finished, just put your initials on to the excited to try. I want you to keep that one. I don't have any workshops coming up right now that before you're going to be done going the process. So, like I said, it's time.
Hey, sweetie.
Basil Daddy.
Ooh, my basil daddy.
Big Daddy Basil? That's your name?
They called him a plant girl, and now he's got to walk in here like I'm Big Daddy Basil.
It's just how we roll.
Mom is still up in her office.
Someone beeped while you were gone. I couldn't
There
see
are all the comments and stuff are right here,
it. Okay, I didn't see that.
so you can look on this one or you can look on your phone. But there's nothing
Okay.
right now. I'll set this up here for you to be able to
Thank
see,
you.
because this is not going to be as.
So there were, I heard a ping, I just wasn't sure if someone had
We had we hit 24 people at max, but we're only at 3 right now.
That's the most we've had so far. That's awesome. Thank you, Tribe.
I was in my car driving and I had it up and I was like, hey,
Could you share it to your page?
I did.
We got some gook all over the back of your pack.
Oh, it's like,
Which one?
I bought an extra bag of potting mix.
Hey, Wallace, I got the bamboo actually.
What did you
Cut
say?
out and I bought an extra bag of potting mix.
Oh,
It's carrying it, so that's fine.
I got the bamboo cut out the bamboo.
which one? How do we dress this one? Is it that?
Alright,
So,
Is it that?
let's take a
so,
look here.
so,
Do you mind if I help out here, man?
This guy over here.
So we are making sure that before we get to the point of no return.
You're gonna be waiting all day for that one, man.
we'll see.
Anyways, back to this.
Yep.
We got the purple and gold and black honeycomb.
Is that the KMC?
Yep, this is the KMZ hybrid and then the KMZ.
Yeah, name's the hybrid.
Yep. Actually, hold that real quick.
Yes, ma'am. Get my fingers out of that. All right, y'all. In our lines, when we say hybrid, it usually has a ring. So if you don't know, now you know. But these are actually pretty killer. And the coolest thing about making your own knife, other than like the cool design where you get what you want, it's this stuff. Because all of this is just little added details that makes your blade more unique to you.
So this, for those of you, this is the original KMZ hybrid. This is the original KMZ. He's actually, Dad's going to get this etched with KMZ1 on it.
We have two choices here.
But you can see the thickness of this steel I wanted it a little bit chunkier because I plan on using it for like bushcrafting reasons because I go hunting and camping a lot. And I just want something that's like sturdy, you know? So anyways, this one's a nice thick steel. And then the difference is a little bit more obvious. Let's see if I can't. So look at the difference in the handle there. It doesn't look like a lot, but you can actually really tell this one is significantly thicker than this one. And I believe Dad was saying, Brian, that you wanted this same kind of etch. It's a little bit hard to tell because it's very bright in here, but it's actually a pretty dark knife. But I love the dark wood and the dark color, the etch in the blade. Yeah.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flatten this out for you, and then we go from there.
So as and he's gonna walk away now. Yeah. I'm right here. He's not gonna listen.
I'm listening.
This is sport for him to
This is
listen
what I
to.
deal with every time I'm
You know, and
teaching.
then he just gets distracted, you know, running squirrel. So as I understand it, on Sunday, you're going to be wielding our knives.
I am.
Right? Doing the testing?
Which one am I breaking?
Okay. I can tell you which one you're not. There's more on Sunday.
We're honest judges over here. They do it honest here, they do it honest in Saudi Arabia. Okay?
By the way, my Venmo is.
You can connect to both of them via no.
You're gonna get set with the Rain Mortal foam sander. And you're gonna smooth all of this out.
I had to turn yours down a smidgy smidge.
Oh yeah. I gotta go do my brain appointment.
Okay. Mom was up in her office, but I think she was just up there on her phone. So you might just have to be like, hey, yo.
I can't talk to her.
Say, Mom,
Yeah.
I'm coming upstairs.
Coming upstairs.
Yeah. Have fun. I'll see you in a little while. Thank you, Wallace. So yes, on Sunday, Wallace will be one of our judges that will be helping abuse the knives. I mean, the things that the knives are hitting. Definitely not trying to break or abuse the knives.
So next step, gel fill. Then one of that for me. I'll get the gel fill.
You might have to put this up to a pole.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know how to do that? That sounds like magic.